Warm greetings from Rome to all of you, participants of the Economy of Communion Asia-Pacific Summit. Thank you for inviting me to this important event. It has a twofold significance since it also marks the 30th anniversary of this economic model that began in 1991 from an intuition of Chiara Lubich during her trip to Brazil. Gifted with the charism of unity, she could not help but be moved by the big gap which she witnessed between the rich and the poor. She strongly felt that it had to be addressed if the movement has to pursue its aim of contributing towards the realization of Jesus' prayer, "May they all be one." This triggered in her a human divine inspiration. We could help the needy not only by giving them material aid, but also by working with existing business enterprises and even creating new ones founded on the spirit of being a family in which no one is in need. I can still remember that initial period. It was like a return to the life of the early Christians in Jerusalem, bound together in one heart and one soul. When Chiara launched the EOC, there was a great zeal and the courage to take risks out of love for disadvantaged brothers and sisters. It truly demanded a great faith and trust in God and His guiding light, so that every step to be taken with the necessary professional expertise would lead to the common good. Now, 30 years have passed. Many of the pioneers have handed down their business enterprises to the younger generation, who are bringing them ahead with the drive and enthusiasm characteristic of their age. There have been many challenges, for example, the one we are living now with the COVID pandemic, but also lots of opportunities to grow and to work with many others who aspire for a different economy, an economy that is centered on the human person and that has as its goal communion and the welfare of the most deprived. The love that pushes entrepreneurs to reach out to the marginalized has been expressed in different ways. This can be seen from the variety of business enterprises linked with the economy of communion, established and managed with creativity, each one a positive response to the demands of the times. What is the role of the EOC Asia Pacific in this overall effort to change the face of the economy? I firmly believe it has a precious contribution to give. First of all, this part of the world is the home of a variety of cultures and religions. Each one has its specific characteristics, but all of them are deeply rooted in the so-called rule, which says, "Do unto others as you would have them do unto you." Do you want to earn a good living to support your family? Do you want your children to grow up in a peaceful and harmonious environment? Surely this is what you must also desire for every neighbor, for every citizen of your country. This law of love is the DNA of every human being, but we must seek to awaken it and to change the existing mindset of today's society characterized by indifference and consumerism. The EOC Asia Pacific, which nurtures business enterprises, first of all with the spirit of reciprocity, can surely help transform the economy of the region and even beyond, and consequently shape the world into a better place to live in. I happily imagine a growing network of entrepreneurs, professionals, students, and scholars in the economic environment from different backgrounds, cultures, and religions, whose priority is to work together for the good of the peoples of Asia Pacific. This unique possibility of putting together ideas, knowledge, and resources in order to reach the common goal of a better world calls for dialogue. In Asia, the cradle of many religions, this also takes place in the context of interreligious dialogue. Let me give you an example. The School for Oriental Religion, SOAR, of the Focolare Movement organized a course in 2019 on the theme Proposing Alternative Models of Poverty Alleviation in the Experience of Religions. Yes, there is the innate desire in all people, regardless of race, of religious belief, to live and work together for equality and solidarity, for a more humane and just society. I also believe that many people of the Asia-Pacific region have a knack for business. Many have thriving commercial activities. Introducing them to the EOC could certainly help change the course of the economy, since enterprise is the main engine for the economy. I know that some of our EOC initiatives have gone through difficult times, but they have survived. How? By maintaining their faith and convictions and the certainty that they are not alone. They can surely move on together with their brothers and sisters in the EOC network. The EOC network is, in its own way, like a family, a planetary socio-economic family, and the Asian culture is centered on the family, could truly be a fertile ground for the continuing progress of this initiative. The EOC Asia Pacific gives me great hope. I believe that each one of you can keep the spirit of communion always alive, also in your day-to-day living. And if your business enterprises remain faithful to the commitment that they have taken, you can truly give a powerful response to the challenges of today's world. It doesn't matter if you are just beginning, if you are still few. The light, life, and leaven that you aim to be in the midst of the world is not measured by numbers or statistics. What matters, as Pope Francis said to the participants of the Economy of Communion Congress in 2017, is not to lose the active ingredient, the enzyme of communion. Communion is not only the sharing, but also the multiplying of goods. I wish you every success for this promising endeavor, which demonstrates a sincere, fraternal concern for the good of the human family. Thank you again for your generosity and your every effort to bring ahead together Chiara's dream of building a new and united world. Thank you.